This is a pretty good research trip.
We're following we drove up here to Knoxville, and we're going to follow the Tennessee River down to Muscle Shoals.
I follow you.
And kind of checking out the dams and doing all that kind of stuff.
But I know some people. My uncle.
Yeah.
He was a civil engineer for TVA for almost, I guess, 25, 30 years. Okay, so the question was, general sense, how are folks using alternate energy sources, or I guess the bigger question.
Are they aware of it?
Well, the awareness of it is I think, probably the big question, because, if we talk about the percentage that's actually being fed into lines, that's a really low percentage in terms of wind or solar. I think it's an issue of awareness, and what people, I think on a personal level, it's not really about those sources. It's an issue of lifestyle and what choices people are making to either cut back on fossil fuels or just reorganize their life. I mean, simple choices of living downtown or living out in the burbs or any of that sort of question, or collapsing daily activities in such a way that it does conserve. So I know that goes a conservation path.
Have you seen anything about buying into green energy via the power companies? Like any information?
Any PSAs
or pamphlets, ads, anything like that?
I know that every once in a while they'll talk about the percentage that's going into the overall, but in terms of promotional materials, I haven't come across anything.
It's now becoming an issue that's creeping into the awareness. So you're going to see, especially I think in the South, maybe as the economy gets worse and people are wanting to get off the grid, which used to mean, if you get off the grid, you're almost in a militia. You're anti-American and all this stuff. But the economy and economics of it all are going to turn people into trying to find solar and wind to exist.
Well, I think the big turn right now, from what I see, is going to be nuclear. I mean,
that's where it's
that's where everybody's like, well, you know what? Maybe we were wrong about that. Maybe that's the way we should go. And I don't know. You'll probably run into quite a few folks in terms of offshore drilling, and you can't go anywhere without hearing the conversation.
We're going to have to change all of us the way we live.
And way back when we had the World's Fair here, TVA had a barge out on the river, and they had some really great information and displays out there on those barges. I think TVA folks volunteered time to go down and attend to that.
That's cool.
That was really very cool. You here for the World's Fair back in the day?
Oh yeah.
Remember the TVA barge that sat down there?
I do.
Yeah, that was nice.
The World's Fair Energy Expo.
Energy Expo, that's right.
And what was that, 82?
1981.
82.
82.
1982 World's Fair. We can talk about green stuff, but really making a change in lifestyle. I mean, this guy's riding a scooter now, and he's chosen to maintain history in a certain way, and he's also maintained to do something for the community, work within the community. All those things may sound like they don't come back around to energy, but they do. They absolutely do. They come back to maintaining old technologies, but maintaining the history of it. And I think all of that functions to teach. And back to Thomas Berry, one of his statements is that the only way that we can really move forward is to flat re-engineer the human species. Re-engineer the human at the species level, I think, is the quote that he's got. And, that sounds maybe a little bit like the hippies talking, or a little bit like the New Agers talking, but
Get that tripod thing going on.
get that tripod going. That prehensile tail can grow, but no, it's moving away from how we view what we think we got to have. But there's a certain point where even advertising, you buy into your message. You have to believe your message, and I think that's one thing in terms of advertising that's changed. You either believe your message, you should get the hell out of you actually have to believe in what it is you're selling.